We are so happy to be receiving over 2000 and plus participants in this webinar. Thank you for making us believe how important this cause is for you and that you all believe that children need to be protected in cyberspace. My name is Sonali Patankar. I'm the founder of Responsible Netism and I'm happy to be your host for this evening. I would like to welcome you all for this program, which is the launch of Cyber Smart, which is a virtual platform initiated by WNSKS Foundation, supported by NASCOM and Responsible Netism. We are all gathered here today for this launch of this work platform. This platform was recently inaugurated by the Honorable Minister of State for Home and for Information and Technology, respected Sri Satej Patil sir, who was kind enough to share his views on how important cyber safety and security is for children. I would like to welcome Mrs. Shamini Murugesh, who is the Honorary Chief Mentor of WNSKS Foundation, and Mr. Gopal Agarwal, the Chief Internal Business Officer and Head CSR at WNS. Along with them, we have a couple of leaders from the WNS global team, and all of you who've joined us today, principals, teachers, parents, who all believe that we need to come together to protect children. I would also like to extend a warm welcome to all the panelists who are with us today, and this cute little girl Anvai, who's going to be with us also in this launch program. Let me invite Mrs. Shamini Murugesh for the welcome address. Mrs. Shamini Murugesh has had hands-on experience within community development. She has helped develop and establish two noteworthy organizations in the area of CSR, Prayas and WCF, which is WNS Cares Foundation. WNS Cares Foundation is the CSR wing of WNS Global Services. Her leadership in that space since inception has been phenomenal, where they've been able to sensitize, educate over 1 lakh children through its unique education program and initiatives. WCF has won accolades and awards in the space of CSR, like the Asia Responsible Entrepreneurship Award or the Golden Peacock Global CSR Award, and has been doing some phenomenal work in the sector of development. Shamini ma'am has been very passionate about ensuring that children are well protected in cyberspace, and hence Cyber Smart is a brainchild that she's come up with. May I invite her to come over to address all of you with a welcome note. Over to you, Shamini ma'am.
Thank you, Sonali, and welcome everyone. Thank you for joining this program and this virtual session. We have registered 2093 people have registered to be on this program today. And that itself is an indication of the importance of the topic that we're going to discuss, cybersecurity for children. I'd just like to read a few statistics out to you. UNICEF has found that 1 in 3 young children in 30 countries have been a victim of cyberbullying. 1 in 5 have reported skipping school because of cyberbullying. We also have in India 1.5 million schools. And we had in 2019, India had over 560 million internet users, of which 78 million account for the adolescent population. The numbers are staggering. And if we look a little further into this and look at the scope of opportunity for potential, predators for this population of people and children, it's scary. However, it's not all gloom and doom. In the past decade, we have embraced technology. We have used digital platforms very effectively. For example, we're able to chat with someone who's miles away, thousands of miles away on video chat. We're able to share interests with people on Facebook. We're able to share thoughts on Twitter. We're able to play online games with people across the globe, people we don't know, we don't meet. We're able to put up photos on Instagram and have them liked by people we know and we don't know. And this is where the danger lies. it is very easy to get caught in this web of internet and reach the space where the space which is actually inhabited by predators, cyber bullies. How do we find a balance as parents? How do we teach our children the balance? In addition to this, the corona pandemic that we all are facing has turned everything around on its head. For example, just a couple of months ago, we would have been telling our children, get off the internet, switch off the TV, switch off your phones, shut the computer. But today, education is happening exactly on these devices. These devices are actually the windows to the outside world for us. How do we teach our children once again the balance between the virtual world and the real? How do we give them tools to handle cyber security and also to be cyber safe? What are the actions that we can teach them so that they're protected against any cyber attacks? There's only one solution for this, and that is cyber security education. WNS Cares Foundation, as Sonali mentioned, is the CSR arm of WNS. We work in 12 countries across the globe. Our beneficiaries are 100,000 across the globe again. And our mission is to educate, empower, and enrich. And we do this with a lot of different programs. Some are academic, some are non academic, but the basic purpose is to give children real life skills. And being cyber smart is a real life skill that is the need of the hour today. Now, I'm very happy that in a few moments from now, we will be launching the Maharashtra chapter of Cyber Smart, which is a portal that teaches children, and it can teach parents, principals, elders as well, how to be safe in the cyber world, how to navigate the digital landscape safely and securely. And as I was talking about WCF, some of the other programs that we run are also computer literacy. We run mobile libraries. We have an e-mentoring program, a self-defense for girls program. But over the past couple of years, we have been focusing on cyber security because we have understood the crying need, as it were, for this particular form of education. As we get more digital savvy, our children are digital natives, and it is absolutely essential for us to teach our children how to be safe on the internet. And to all those who are on today's program, if you would like to make your institution, your educational institution, or your school a cyber smart zone, please reach out to us. We, together with our partners at Responsible Netizen, will be able to help you. And once again, I'd like to thank all the panelists for sharing their valuable time. And we look forward to their thoughts and ideas in the upcoming discussion. Thank you, everyone. Stay safe virtually and in person. Thank you very much. Over to you, Sonali.
Thank you so much, Shamini ma'am, for sharing your insightful words and sharing your vision about Cyber Smart and WCF with all of us. So many people have registered today. Over 2,000 teachers, principals, NGOs have registered just to understand how can we all come together to protect our children in cyberspace and learn how to be slightly more proactive, because हम सब आज ऑनलाइन है. जब भी कभी जिंदगी में हमने इंटरनेट यूज नहीं किया, वहां पे टीचर्स वीडियो बना के बच्चों को सिखा रहे हैं, वो अपने अपने एक्सपेरिमेंट्स बना के बच्चों को सिखा रहे हैं. तो टेक्नोलॉजी हमें यूज करना ही है. अभी तो लॉकडाउन है, तो टेक्नोलॉजी से बढ़कर और कोई चीज नहीं है जहां से हम बच्चों तक पहुंच सके. So today's discussion in the panel is going to be how cyber security or cyber safety is the need of the hour for children. And I have some excellent speakers with me today who are going to share their valuable insights with us. Let me please introduce to you Dr. Bal Singh Rajput, who is the Superintendent of Police Maharashtra Cyber. He has been working in this field for over a decade, and I'm extremely happy introducing him to you. He holds a degree in Masters in Technology and a PhD, and has been serving with Maharashtra Cyber. He is a great orator. He's into research. He has a first-hand experience of setting up 51 cyber labs in the state of Maharashtra with 43 police stations only for cyber crime investigation. I'm sure that's phenomenal work in terms of understanding how to measure and how to really deal with cyber crimes in the city. I think Maharashtra Cyber has also been very instrumental in busting certain critical rackets related to child pornography or CSAM that has been recently found out, and they have been very, very quick in identifying these cases and reporting and taking action against. So, congratulations, sir, and I'm very happy to have you on board. And thank you for joining us in this particular panel discussion. My next speaker today is Dr. Harish Shetty, a renowned social psychiatrist. We call him the Encyclopedia of Mental Health. So he's a child right activist, an advocate of human rights, an advocate of mental well-being. He has been working for over 3-4 decades on disaster management, suicide prevention. Now he's been a corona warrior, talking about how mental health is so important in these times of distress. Sir has been working extensively on formulating and regulating laws on mental health for people who've been struggling with mental health issues across the country. He's been a teacher to children and to judges across the country and even outside the country. He's a blogger, he's a webinar expert, he is an excellent orator, yet extremely humble and very, very approachable. Welcome on board, sir, and I'm so happy that you've spent your time with us. हमारे अगले स्पीकर हमारे साथ है डॉक्टर शोभा खंदारे मैडम. शोभा मैम MSCRT महाराष्ट्र स्टेट काउंसिल फॉर एज्युकेशन रिसर्च अँड ट्रेनिंग के डेप्युटी डिरेक्टर है. 3 वर्षापासून आम्ही मॅडम बरोबर काम करतोय आणि राज्याच्या मुलांच्या शिक्षणाची जबाबदारी आणि शिक्षकांची जबाबदारी त्यांच्या डोक्यावर आहे. सो यू कॅन इमॅजिन the kind of stress, the kind of workload, the kind of pressures that she's been dealing with. पण अतिशय पॉझिटिव्ह, अतिशय सकारात्मक, मुलांसाठी झटणाऱ्या, मुलांच्या सेफ्टीच्या काळजी करणाऱ्या अशा मॅडम आहेत. आणि त्यांना जे वाटतं मुलांबद्दल आज ते व्यक्त करतील आणि महाराष्ट्र स्टेट काउन्सिल फॉर रिसर्च अँड ट्रेनिंग ह्या बाबतीत काय करतायत ते पण आपल्याला त्यांच्याकडनं जाणून घेता येईल. माय नेक्स्ट स्पीकर टुडे इज रजनीश बोरा. Rajneesh is the global learning leader at WNS, responsible for skilling and education for its 44,000 workforce, with close to 2 decades of experience in human resources, with organizational development, strategy and business planning partnerships, engagement with HR and communications. He holds a personal management post-graduation degree in personal management from Pune. So if Cyber Smart has been the brainchild of Shamini ma'am, Rajneesh and his team has been the hands to be shaping this to what it is today and presenting it to you with the kind of efforts that they've put in to bring this to reach out to the entire state and now reaching out to the entire country. A very, very warm welcome to all my panelists here. And I'm so happy that we're all going to be discussing a critical issue of how important cyber safety is for children. तो मेरा सबसे पहला सवाल है डॉक्टर बाल सिंह राजपूत आपके लिए. सर, आपके एक्सपीरियंस में अभी तो लॉकडाउन का भी पीरियड है, पर महाराष्ट्र स्टेट में बच्चों के खिलाफ होने वाले साइबर क्राइम्स के क्या रेशियो है या क्या करंट सीन है? Would you kindly share some thoughts on that? So your mic.
Mute. So, Namaskar. I would like to share some of my experiences with Maharashtra Cyber and how we are dealing with the child pornography or pedophiles. In January 2020, we started Operation Blackface. This Operation Blackface is again is regarding tackling the cyber crime, which is regarding child pornography and pedophiles. Till so far, in this operation, till end of the May, we have registered 140 FIRs, particularly under section POCSO, the Act POCSO, and the IT Act section 67A, B, C. It has been found that the hotspots are cities, particularly if you see of Maharashtra, the Mumbai, Pune, and Nagpur, some part of the Nasik and Aurangabad, Thane and Navi Mumbai. These are the hotspots where we have received more complaints. In how the arrangement works for Operation Blackface is that there is one organization called National Agency for Exploited Children of USA. We call it NECMEC. So NECMEC have an arrangement with all the social media and peer-to-peer platform providers of USA that any pedophile or any child pornographic material shared on their platforms, they immediately, with all details, notify to NECMEC. Government of India through NCRB, National Crime Records Bureau, have an arrangement, MOU, with them. So the moment anyone in India shares a pedophile through Facebook or through Twitter or through Instagram, that is immediately notified to NECMEC. NECMEC in turn notified to NCRB. NCRB then segregates state-wise. Maharashtra Cyber is nodal agency for Maharashtra state. So in the month of January to May, the actual occurrences has happened from March 2019 to December 2019. So they were notified in January 2020 to us. So there were 1,700 such instances were referred to us. Out of that 700 instances, we found there were many instances which were false positive. We can say that they were the age problem is that there. So 17-year, 19-year, 20-year may look similar. So, and there were some incidences which has happened outside but shared through India. But unique cases, 140 unique cases were found where children were exploited, and it was not that the victims were from other countries. Victims were also from India, and the perpetrators were from also India. We have arrested more than 60 perpetrators till so far. This is regarding how we started an operation. It is still going on, first thing. Second, then we started, because considering this problem, then in January 3rd, on the day of birth anniversary of Savitribai Phule, we started a campaign that is called Cyber Safe Women Campaign. And this campaign is still going on. It is basically focusing on schools and colleges, where we particularly emphasize to girl child and some of the self-help groups that are working in villages, that how you have to be safe when you are online, how you have to use the social media, what crimes are there to happen with you if you are online, and whenever you share some information, photos or some kind of data on social media, particularly a girl child or a housewife or a lady who have little or very less background about IT or security, what precaution that need to be taken. We have carried out near about 300 programs through our police stations in different villages, and there is because these programs were not in public view. They were programs were mostly carried out in schools and colleges through their administration. We were supporting them through our resources. So these are the two most important campaigns that Maharashtra Cyber have started, and we found, as Sonali mentioned, that there are tremendous cases but are not reported. First, second, that the girl child or even the children, maybe a male child, is not reporting to police. Parents, means when we interact with the victims, parents are not talking to the child about this issue. Maybe there is a stigma or taboo about that people are not talking. And third thing, if suppose came to the knowledge of the parents, they are most of the perpetrators are relatives, or most of the perpetrators are known to the victim or nearby residing to the victims. So that is also an issue because it's about reputation, it's about the family issues, and so these are not reported. These are some of the initial thoughts I would like to share. Another thing is that we are not able to till so far entrench or reach out to the people in rural areas where girl childs are being exploited for various reasons, for trafficking, then for online extortion, or maybe for extortion for other physical exploitation. But the POCSO Act, which is a very important legislation for preventing this crime, uh, there is a provision under section 15 that any video, audio, any kind of material regarding child pornography can't be published, disseminated, even downloaded or even uploaded, or you can't even store on your any devices. But about that, we need to have more awareness with the girl child, or maybe with the women folks. We need to reach out to them, and this will basically, because most of the times we are basically focusing on law enforcement or the awareness work, means reaching out to them. It's two way we should have. We should also stop the feeding to means it's not only from top the view we are going to address it, from the bottom, from the feeder system, because the children's and the housewives and the ladies who are not well acquainted with the system, if not made aware, the feeding system is there. Perpetrators are going to harass them. We are catching some of them, but if we say that the ear of law or the action taken will result in or will translate in that due to that action some of the criminals will not do it, it's not like that. All these criminals are habitual, and they know it that this is a crime, still they do it. So we need
Absolutely.
to
Absolutely.
we need to
I
act
agree.
on.
You brought in very, very critical elements of what the situation is today. And everybody across sections, vertical, economic sections, rural, semi-urban, rural, tribal, everybody is vulnerable in cyberspace. And I think awareness is critical, which is why this entire initiative has taken place. Thank you for bringing in an entire spectrum of crimes that children face today. I would like to ask Dr. Shetty. Sir, you've been dealing with a lot of distress which has been online, specifically with children, and what are some of the very critical, top of the mind behavioral concerns in cyberspace that have been coming to you?
I would like to classify them in 5 Ds. Number one, the first most important concern is duration of time spent on cyberspace with children. कितना लंबा समय तक वो स्क्रीन के सामने सायबर स्पेस में जाता आहे, किती लांब तो तिथे राहतो, हा महत्वाचा गोष्ट आहे, सगळ्यात महत्वाचं. नंबर 2, which .coms he accesses, what are the sites he accesses, duration, .coms, कुठलं साइट्स ऍक्सेस करतो आणि तो कितपर्यंत जातो आणि काय करतो. नंबर 3, the distress as a cause and as a consequence. Distressed kids gravitate towards the cyberspace. After gravitating towards the space, बहुत लोगों को डिस्ट्रेस, मानसिक तकलीफ ये होती है, त्यांना पुष्कळ असं त्रास होतो, मानसिक आणि इतर त्रास पण. त्याशिवाय डिक्लाइन इन एज्युकेशनल परफॉर्मन्स. It is bidirectional impact, not unidirectional impact. Decline, he or she faces a lot of trauma from the school as well as the parents. He loses confidence, goes back to the space, again the cycle continues. तो जब उसके अंक कम होते हैं तब सभी लोग उसको तकलीफ देते हैं, जिसकी वजह से उसको लगता है सब छोड़ छाड़ के मी त्या सायबरवरच बसून घेऊ आणि नंतर मला कुठल्याही गोष्टीचं मला काही भान नाही, I don't care for anything else. The last is deterioration in relationships inside the family, outside the family, isolation, and deterioration in health, physical and mental. So these 5 Ds are the most important issues which I see, and probably others could add. Congratulations, Bal Singh Rajput. पुष्कळ चांगलं काम चालू आहे आणि मला आनंद झाला ऐकून तो.
Thank you, sir. I totally agree in terms of the amount of time today children are spending and adults are spending in cyberspace. तो आप किसी के कोई सवाल हो तो यहाँ पे Q&A सेक्शन है जहाँ पे आप आपके सवाल पूछ सकते हैं और ये एक सवाल हम क्वेश्चन पैनल डिस्कशन के बाद लेंगे. माझा पुढचा प्रश्न डॉक्टर खंदारे मॅडमला आहे. MSCRT तर्फे खूप काम ऑनलाईन सेफ्टी आणि चाइल्ड सेफ्टी बद्दल महाराष्ट्रभर चालू आहे. मॅडम, तुम्ही आम्हाला तुमच्या कामाबद्दल आणि महाराष्ट्र कसं सज्ज होणार आहे चाइल्ड सेफ्टी बद्दल ह्याच्याबद्दल थोडी माहिती द्याल का? मॅम, तुमचा माईक.
नमस्कार. आपल्याला सर्वांना माहिती आहे प्रतिवर्षी शाळा 15 जूनला सुरू होतात आणि यावर्षी शाळा सुरू होऊ शकलेल्या नाहीत. आज 17 जून आहे. कोविड-19ची ही जी परिस्थिती उद्भवलेली आहे, या परिस्थितीला सामोरं जात असताना शाळा जरी सुरू झाल्या नसल्या तरी शिक्षण बंद आपलं नाही आहे. त्यासाठी SCRTने खूप प्रकारचा इनिशिएटिव्ह घेतलेला आहे. त्यामध्ये आम्ही वेगवेगळे प्लॅटफॉर्म वापरत आहोत. एक लर्निंग फ्रॉम होम एक मालिका सुरू केलेली आहे आणि त्याच्यामध्ये वेगवेगळ्या पद्धतीचं लर्निंग साहित्य आपण विद्यार्थ्यांना देत आहोत. यामध्ये दीक्षा ऍप आहे, दीक्षा पोर्टल आहे, दीक्षा ई पोर्टल आहे, अरोगामी ट्रेनिंग आपण मुलांना कसं करायचं आहे अरोगामी पद्धतीने ते सांगत आहोत. अवांतर वाचनासाठी लिंक दररोजच्या दररोज ही दिली जाते. चित्रकला, हस्तकला या पद्धतीचं शिक्षण आपण मुलांना देत आहोत. आरोग्य आणि काळजी कशी घ्यायची आणि सगळ्यात महत्वाचं कोरोनाच्या या पार्श्वभूमीवर मुलं खूप घाबरलेले आहेत, भीती मुलांच्या मनात आहे, तर ती भीती दूर व्हावी म्हणून त्या होम फ्रॉम पॅकेज जे आहे आमचं त्याच्यामध्ये कोरोना वॉरियर नावाची एक सिरीज सुरू केलेली आहे आणि त्यामधून मुलांच्या मनातली भीती निश्चितपणाने दूर होत आहे. तर मजेत शिकूया विज्ञान अशा पद्धतीचे वेगवेगळ्या गोष्टी आम्ही केलेल्या आहेत. सध्या ह्या सुरू आहेत आणि आपल्याला माहित आहे की महाराष्ट्र शासनाने आता 15 जूनलाच शाळा सुरू होण्याच्या दिवशीच एक पत्रक काढलेलं आहे आणि त्यामध्ये शाळा कधी सुरू होतील हे सांगितलेलं आहे. तर 9वी आणि 12वी साठी आपल्याला जुलैमध्ये शाळा सुरू होतील कराव्या लागतील. 6वी आणि 8वी साठी आपल्याला ऑगस्टमध्ये होतील आणि 1ली 2री साठी रेडिओ आणि टीव्हीवरतीच त्यांचं लर्निंग होईल. आताच सरांनी सांगितलं की स्पॅन किती असावा, म्हणजे टाइम स्पेंड किती करतात मुलं ऑनलाईन, त्याच्यासाठी सुद्धा आम्ही एक परिपत्र काढलेलं आहे आणि त्यामध्ये कळवलेलं आहे की किती वेळ मुलांनी त्याच्यामध्ये ऑनलाईन असलं पाहिजे. पूर्व प्राथमिक आणि 1ली 2री पर्यंत ऑनलाईन शिक्षण त्या मुलांसाठी नाहीये. त्यांच्यासाठी टीव्ही आणि रेडिओवरती आम्ही वेगवेगळे प्रोग्राम करणार आहोत. आता सुद्धा प्रायमरीच्या मुलांसाठी गली गली सिम सिम हा आपला दूरदर्शनवरचा कार्यक्रम सध्या सुरू आहे आणि सर्व मुलं त्याचा आनंद घेत आहेत. त्याचबरोबर 3री ते 5वी साठी कमाल 1 तास. आपल्याला माहित आहे मॅडम, तुम्ही आमच्या एका मॉड्यूलमध्ये सहभागी होता, त्याच्यामध्ये सुद्धा आपण असं केलेलं आहे की ऑनलाईन स्क्रीनिंग वरती मुलं किती तास थांबावेत आणि त्या पद्धतीने महाराष्ट्र शासनाने सुद्धा त्याच्या गाईडलाईन आता इश्यू केलेल्या आहेत. तर 3री ते 5वी साठी कमाल 1 तास आणि मध्ये मध्ये त्यांना वेळ दिला पाहिजे, गॅप घेतला पाहिजे. 6वी ते 8वी साठी कमाल 2 तास आणि 9वी ते 12वी साठी कमाल 3 तासाचं ऑनलाईन शिक्षण असेल. यामध्ये वेगवेगळ्या पद्धतीचे आपण ऑनलाईन सोर्सेस उपलब्ध करून दिलेले आहेत. त्यामध्ये दीक्षा ऍपचं तर आपल्याला मी सांगितलेलंच आहे. पाठ्यपुस्तकामध्ये बालभारतीच्या पाठ्यपुस्तकामध्ये आपण QR कोड दिलेले आहेत आणि त्यामध्ये ते QR कोड स्कॅन केल्यानंतर शिक्षकांनी तयार केलेलं साहित्य ते ओपन होतं आणि मुलांना शिकण्यासाठी ते उपलब्ध होतं. त्याचबरोबर मुलांना या QR कोडच्या माध्यमातून कुठलेही ऑनलाईन साहित्य जे आम्ही देत आहोत आता त्याच्यामधून स्वतःला कुठल्याही वेळेमध्ये ते शिक्षण घेता येतं. ते एक चांगली गोष्ट आहे. स्वयं अध्ययन होतं. बालभारतीचे संपूर्ण पुस्तकं जी आहेत ते आम्ही PDF स्वरूपात दिलेली आहेत. बोलकी बालभारती नावाचं एक पोर्टल आहे, ऑडिओ बुक उपलब्ध आहे दिव्यांग विद्यार्थ्यांसाठी. ते ऑडिओ बुक आहे, मुलं त्याचाही फायदा घेऊ शकतात. त्याचबरोबर नॅशनल लेवलवरती NROER नावाची एक पोर्टल आहे, स्वयं आहे, पॉडकास्ट आहे, ही पाठशाळा आहे. अशा प्रकारचे नॅशनल लेवलवरती सुद्धा वेगवेगळ्या पद्धतीने आम्ही शिक्षण जे CBSE ICSEच्या शाळा आहेत त्यांच्यासाठी सुरू केलेलं आहे. बालकांचं शारीरिक आणि मानसिक स्वास्थ्य कसं योग्य राहील यासाठी सुद्धा विचार केलेला आहे. आणि त्यासाठी सायबर सेफ्टी अँड सिक्युरिटी नावाची आम्ही पुस्तिका तयार केलेली आहे. SCRT मध्ये IT विभाग आहे आणि त्या विभागाअंतर्गत शिक्षकांसाठी आणि मुलांसाठी आणि पालकांसाठी तिघांचाही विचार करून ती पुस्तिका पिक्टोरियल फॉर्म मध्ये आम्ही ती दिलेली आहे. त्याच्यामध्ये विद्यार्थ्यांसाठी पॅम्पलेट आहे आणि त्याच्यामध्ये वेगवेगळे गुन्हे कसे घडतात, कशा पद्धतीने मुलांनी सामोरं जायला पाहिजे, ऑनलाईन सेफ्टी काय आहे, सिक्युरिटी काय आहे, अशा पद्धतीचं ते पॅम्पलेट मुलांसाठी तयार करून ते मुलांना दिलेलं आहे. आणि शिक्षकांसाठी इंटरनेटचा वापर, ऑनलाईन सेफ्टी कशी असावी, मुलांच्या बाबतीत तुम्ही काय सुरक्षा घ्याल या संदर्भाने आम्ही सर्व माहिती त्याच्यात दिलेली आहे. त्याचबरोबर SCRTनी बालकांचे हक्क व सुरक्षा नावाची आणखी एक पुस्तिका तयार केलेली आहे आणि त्या पुस्तिकामध्ये सायबर सेफ्टीच्या संदर्भात एक संपूर्ण चॅप्टर आम्ही त्याच्यामध्ये दिलेला आहे. त्याच्यामध्ये ऑनलाईन सेफ्टी कशी राखली जावी, फोटो मॉर्फिंग आहे, सायबर बुलिंग आहे, या पद्धतीचं मुलांकडून जेव्हा इंटरनेट वापरत असतात मुलं त्यावेळेला वेगवेगळ्या साईट ओपन होतात आणि ते कशा वापरू नये याबद्दलची माहिती आपल्याच माध्यमातून आम्ही ते पुस्तकामध्ये घातलेलं आहे. त्याच्यामध्ये जोशी सर आणि आपला सभा खूप मोठा आहे. या पद्धतीचं सध्या
असं वाटतं की तुम्ही घरी बसून काहीच करत नाही, इतक्या प्रचंड प्रमाणात टीचर्स काम करतायत. सगळ्या टीचर्स आणि प्रिन्सिपलला आमच्याकडनं एक ह्यूज राऊंड ऑफ अप्लॉज. रात्रभर बसून व्हिडिओज करणे, ते टाकणे व्हिडिओज इंटरनेटवर, मुलांकडनं बोलणी खाणे, हे सगळं रोज चालू आहे. तरी जिद्दीने टीचर्स हे करतायत आणि त्यांना सगळ्यांना आमचा सलाम. थँक्यू मॅम. I'd like to go to Rajneesh with my next question. So Rajneesh, we've been doing this together for a long time now, and I really want you to share what was in the making that of the portal that inspired you, and what were the efforts that went in, what were the challenges that you had to actually deal with while creating this platform for children?
Thank you, Sonali. Actually, this was a big vision for us because it was created as a gift to the nation. That's what we kind of envisioned. And so it was very important for us to kind of put together a very robust project plan. And I would like to kind of, deconstruct the project into 5 pieces. I think the first piece was the team and the partnership. The second was about research. The third is about the learning journey. The fourth is about the technology. And the fifth is user experience. So from a team perspective, what we did was we ensured that we had the brightest of the minds we put together within the organization, and from technology team, from the content team, from learning team, from the risk team, right? And also, this is when we also kind of got in touch with you from a partnership. You guys came in as an advisory to us, so that was the first very basic thing for us, was to kind of ensure that we have the team in place. The second was research. I think it was very important to go back and find out what is available currently, especially in cybersecurity education, and where did we see some gaps? And because our vision was to kind of create a very holistic platform, education platform. So we did a lot of research. We looked at curriculums. We looked at the NCERT, CBSE guidelines, Ministry of Home Affairs guidelines for students. So that was the second part of it. The third was the learning journey. It was very important to kind of visualize as to how any user will actually come into the portal and go through the entire 4 or 5 steps that we've kind of created. We want to kind of make sure that the whole journey is very simple, user friendly. So I think that was the third very, very important piece that we kind of looked at. The fourth was around technology, because that was we want to make sure that the portal is light. The portal also is able to kind of hold the kind of volumes that we are visualizing, because end of the day, the students, teachers, volunteers, parents are going to be using it. So the fourth was technology, and the last one obviously was user experience. I think that's the most important was the user experience, because we want to kind of look at the portal from a user perspective, from a student's perspective, and to make sure that what we have created is something that they would really, really like it. Because end of the day, value is always decided by the receiver, and hence that kind of became very good. So these are the 5 areas that we looked at. Challenges, I think, all good when it comes to when you're building something for the country and for children. So we kind of didn't really look at the challenges. We looked at the opportunities. Thank you.
I like that sentence, gift for the country.
Thank you, sir.
I loved it.
That's why we all come together, sir, because we believe that bringing this together for children of our country was very critical. Coming back to you, Bal Singh Rajput, sir, we've been dealing with so many crimes which are underreported. And how do we therefore strengthen mechanisms of reporting, especially for children?
Yeah. For that, there are two things. One is that we need to aware the children and the parents regarding registration first. Second, now Government of India through MHA has developed an online portal called www.cybercrime.gov.in. This portal have two different parts. One is reporting the sexual exploitation of women and children, and another part is reporting a normal cybercrime. So in this portal, it has been after the Prajwala case of the Supreme Court. You might be knowing that in that case, the Prajwala NGO approached the Supreme Court regarding appraisal of the sexual exploitation of women and children on online platforms. Supreme Court directed the Government of India to create an online platform which will be very simpler, easy to use, and immediately the complaint will be redressed. So the platform have a single platform for all of the India. You don't have to worry about jurisdiction. You don't have to worry about which police station it will go. You have to just upload your case, all the documents. The complaint automatically is routed to the different states. Each state is having a nodal officer, and that nodal officer, suppose for Government of Maharashtra, the Maharashtra Cyber is the nodal office. So on an average, it started in June 2019, and from June 2019 to till so far, more than 10,000 cybercrime people on that portal, particularly to Maharashtra. Once that complaint is received, we divert it to the local police station. Police station see on the basis of merit. If it has to be registered, then it calls the concerned person, because your location, you give your location. From that location, we route that complaint to the concerned police station, and then your complaint is registered. That is the process. Here, the entire process, you get SMS or emails in all that stages. So this is very simple procedure. Government has platform. Government has created. As a law enforcement officer and as a non-governmental organizations working in this space, and all technology companies and the social service wing of these companies, I will like to request all of you that now it is awareness, sensitization, and outreach to the rural masses, particularly school children and the parents, to change their mindset that every crime, small or big, crime is a crime and has to be reported to police first. Second, every crime, we should take it to the logical conclusion and bring perpetrators to the justice. And third, that we should not stigmatize, or we should not taboo the crimes and the victim. We have to boost the morale of the victim. We have to sensitize the victim, and in society, we don't have to name and shame the victim, because due to that, most of the victims refrain from going to a police station. So Supreme Court has also formed a guidelines regarding what kind of media interaction should happen in cases of rape, in cases of child pornography.
Absolutely, sir.
And
Absolutely.
Supreme has refrained the law enforcement agencies, prosecution, and even courts that regarding the child pornographic cases or rape or sexual exploitation cases, name, address, and the details of the case shall not be divulged to the media. So these policies should also be by all the constituents of the criminal justice system, and this will create a confidence in the system of the victims, and that is the way what I feel we could go and redress this problem.
ऍब्सोल्युटली. आज जेवढे 2000च्या वर आपल्या बरोबर शिक्षक जमले आहेत, त्यांना महाराष्ट्र सायबरकडनं ही डेफिनेटली माहिती मिळणं गरजेची आहे, की तुम्ही रिपोर्ट करणं गरजेचं आहे क्राईम, आणि महाराष्ट्र सायबर सज्ज आहे ते हँडल करायला. त्यामुळे क्राईम रिपोर्ट करा आणि ज्या पद्धतीने सरांनी आता सांगितलंय ती पद्धत फॉलो करणं खूप महत्वाचं आहे. थँक्यू सर. कमिंग टू यू डॉक्टर शेट्टी. In the pandemic today, how do you see roles of teachers, principals, caregivers, and their stress levels with the online learning platforms that we're all trying to adapt with?
I think much before that, parents. The five E's for the parents are very important when it comes to online. In 10 seconds, I'll tell you. One is the parents have to educate themselves about the basics of online. That I think is very very. They can't be dependent on a psychologist or a counselor or the police all the time. They need to slowly get educated about what's happening. So that's the first thing. Second is they should engage the child with the online platform. So hum saath mein karenge. These are the things. Engage and not really go and show it as a devil. Third thing is they need to empower the children to use it effectively through different means. They may not be able to do it on by themselves. Fourth is escalate if there's any problem immediately. Even when you educate yourself, engage and empower, escalate if there's an issue so that you take help from somebody else and see to it that the child is brought back to where he was. And the last is, in spite of all the nonsense which the child does or may be inclined to do, and he may have goofed up very badly with the platform, empathy. I think education of self, engaging, empowering the child, escalating when there's trouble, and empathy. That is something which is very important. And lastly, when you ask this question, I am part of a school which has school, college across, and I have told them three things. Don't start online education as robots and as machines. PowerPoint. I took time to adjust to the screen when I had to take classes. The first thing is first ask the teachers. The school should sit down with the teachers. The papa figure in the school is the principal, the Freudian papa figure, and find out how did they really live the last 3 months or 1 month or 2 months. Because Indian mother is a mother at home, a mother in the school, a mother to her husband and to her children. So please take care of our teachers. India runs because of teachers, mothers, and the constables. So we need to show that empathy towards the teacher. And then train them only on three things, just three things. No big infrastructural training. One is, भाई हाल क्या है बच्चों का, पूछिए यार, क्या क्या किया आप लोगों ने, आपके घर में दाल पका, खाना पका, अपने माँ बाप का ख्याल रखा क्या, पैसे का दिक्कत है क्या, पिताजी का जॉब गया क्या, पे कट हुआ क्या, ये हालचाल पूछो, पढ़ाई शुरू हो गई तुम्हारी. Because you are supposed to teach life skills before you teach education. So that is the second most important. And the third, last is, online teaching has to be animated. It has to be story based. It can't be just PowerPoint and 5 points, question, answer, question, answer, question, answer. That the publisher can also do it, not the teacher. So it has to be story based. It's a challenge. All human beings are good storytellers, but very few discover it in their lifetime. And just I'll take 10 seconds more. The maths teacher once said, हमारा कुछ story बोरी नहीं, हमारा पूरा concept ही है. Concept को भी story बना के कर सकते. That's what WNS has done with the cyber safety portal. I mean, it's so. I was told it's so light, as you said. It's so beautiful. It can be handled through stories. Stories. Even in PhD, you can share stories and teach concept. Economics also you can share stories. Physics also you can share stories, including maths. And I liked what Shobha said, and I would add that Adun Madun Vigyan, Vigyan Shikwa, sir. I think we need to be extremely creative on the net. Otherwise, all the kids will remove their videos and be doing something else and not listening to your concept. Lastly, I have advised my educational institute that let some classes be taken by the students. Let the students challenge the teacher. Let me tell you, my dear friends, they'll be better than the teacher in terms of creatively transacting concepts. and that will make the teachers childlike, and that I think is very important. Thank you.
Wonderful. That's exactly why people love hearing you, sir, and so inspiring to hear these very little simple tips that need to be so important to motivate teachers to do what they're doing in these times. खंदारे मॅडम, तुमच्याकडे एक आपल्याकडे तर खूप वेळ कमी आहे, तर एक टिप तुमच्याकडून ऑनलाईन प्लॅटफॉर्म यूज करण्याची, जी टीचर्स जे आज आपल्या बरोबर जमलेले आहेत त्यांच्यासाठी तुमच्याकडनं एक टिप जी तुम्ही सांगू शकाल सगळ्यांसाठी.
ऑनलाईन जो टाइम आहे तो टाइम सर्वांनी पाळायला पाहिजे. मुलांना शिक्षकांनी ते सांगितलंय की किती वेळ ऑनलाईन तुम्ही राहायला पाहिजे, किती कंटेंट पाहायला पाहिजे, कोणता पाहायला पाहिजे, हेच मी सांगेल शिक्षकांना पण.
Thank you, ma'am. Coming to you, Rajneesh, what are the outcomes that you see of this particular platform? And I'm sure there are so many things that you have thought of. Can you share some of those with us?
Yeah, I'll see. I'm a father of a teenager, and I understand what challenges probably parents actually face when it comes to safety on the internet. So if you ask me only one outcome, a safe child is the outcome that I expect. A child who has the required information to decide what is right and what is wrong. And if we are able to kind of help the child through the portal, I think we are, we've kind of met our expectations.
Absolutely, hit the nail on the head. Dr. Bal Singh Rajput, my question to you is one takeaway from you for all our viewers today.
One takeaway is that first, we as a society, we as an learned people should inculcate a habit to report every crime to law enforcement agency, so that there will not be a kind of behavior from the criminals that if they do anything, it will go unnoticed. So the only answer to check the criminals is to register crime, is to approach law enforcement agency and educate. Where outreach is the key to stop these crimes.
Absolutely. Thank you, sir. I mean, very important tips coming in from you. Dr. Shetty, we would want you to share one critical takeaway for everybody who's actually hearing you today.
It's a globalized world. Globalization has caused a lot of disconnection between the man and the community and between children and parents. Let's use cyberspace positively so that we can reconnect emotionally and effectively.
Lovely. Thank you so much, all of you. We have many questions coming in, but we just don't have the time to deal with them. पण त्यातले मी दोन महत्त्वाचे प्रश्न घेणार आहे. एक प्रश्न आहे, how do we ensure kids are safe in cyberspace? So what are the parental controls that we can use? Dr. Rajput can write a book on that, but I think 2 tips is what we have time for today.
We want to hear the voice of Anvai Bhagat.
She's coming in, sir. She's coming in a little later. Dr. Rajput, if you can tell us 2 tips on parental control.
First is that what the children are doing online, how Dr. Harish Shetty sir explained that what they are doing online, what websites they are watching. What we observed is that most of the children are addicted to games, and their screen time is more than 6 to 7 hours. And third thing is that they hide what they do online from their parents. And here is the key, that we don't have to bully them or pressurize them what they do or what they should not do, but we have to check what they lead. It is not going to help that refrain or desist them from doing anything, but a controlled access is most important. Second thing, they should know what is good and what is bad, not from we tell, but they experience it, that it is bad, why it is bad, why they should not visit it, what the bad effects of it. So we should not, most of the parents say don't give mobile to children. Yeah, they give them mobile because we should not keep their development away from them. They should become a part of digital march and the developments going through this technology. But only thing is that the bad part where they will get harm themselves due to their behavior or maybe a wrong access to any website. We have to make sure that they should not become addict to games. They should not become addict to. It's interesting. You can find online statistic. The Pornhub or the most of the porno are most visited websites. Google, Facebook. These are the websites that are most visited. So we have to see which sites our children are watching. There are parental controls in iPhone, iPad, and even in mobile phones. We should keep lock on that. Whenever you are using, suppose, a browser, there is also a parental control mechanism. You can block some of the sites which you know that these are the sites, and these sites will cause harm, and you should block from your browser. So these are some of the tips. Most important is that you should have free, frank talk with your child.
Absolutely, absolutely. So we all really believe communication is the best parental tool that anybody can use, and that has to be used within the society and within our families. Dr. Shetty, one critical question coming in for you, and I think that's the last that we have time for. How can we measure and understand damage done by cyber crimes or cyber abuse on teenagers, and how do we manage that?
I think just one simple line. If the engagement between the parent and the child is reasonable, warm, dialogue-based, affectionate, overall, if there's a balance, then you are there. But if there's any drop in that, be suspicious or be careful, be cautious. I always used to tell parents 20 years ago, trust your child completely. And now I tell them something different. Trust your child completely, but keep your eyes open. I think that really sums up all.
Absolutely. So thank you so much. I'm sure this can go on for like 5 hours or more, but we have so many other things to do. And a very critical element of this particular launch is yet to be coming into feature. I would like to extend my warm thank you to all the speakers who've joined in today. May I now request Shamini ma'am to come over to launch the Maharashtra chapter of CyberSmart for all of us to have a look at what this is going to be. Over to you, Shamini ma'am.
Thank you, Sonali. Before we go to that, if I could just trace the history of the small journey to the CyberSmart portal. So at WCF, what we have done is we have something called the Digital Treasure, which is an online learning portal. It has books, it has e-tutorials, it also has textbooks. And while we were teaching our children to use the Digital Treasure, we realized that they had little or almost no knowledge of cybersecurity. So we created another program called Cybersecurity Awareness. And this was a very simple, basic program of just 2 videos. And we were able to take it out to almost 150,000 children across the globe. And the videos had 1 million YouTube views. But as we went into it, we realized that this is not enough, that we needed to create a more solid, robust kind of a program in order to be effective and have an impact in teaching children how to be cyber safe. And that's how we came about creating the CyberSmart portal. It's free, it's an online portal. We do not capture any data. It's available in Hindi, Marathi, and English at this point of time. We're planning to add more languages. I think, poor Anvai waited for quite some time. Let's go on to her. Over to you, Sonali.
Thank you, ma'am. Can we have the video of the e-launch, please? Thank you so much for the video. And now the little girl who's been waiting for so patiently to tell us what she's done on this platform, which is Cyber Smart. Can we have her video, please?
हाय फ्रेंड्स, मी आलिया. माझ्या जगात तुमचं स्वागत आहे. तुम्ही पुढील काही मिनिटं माझ्या बरोबर पाहुणे असणार आहात, याबद्दल मी तुमची आभारी आहे. आज मी तुम्हाला काही महत्त्वपूर्ण गोष्टी सांगणार आहे, ज्यामुळे तुम्हाला सायबर स्मार्ट होण्यासाठी मदत होईल. इंटरनेट वास्तविक जगापेक्षा फारसे वेगळे नाही. ज्या प्रकारे वास्तविक जगात आपण ज्या लोकांना ओळखत नाही अशा लोकांकडून खाऊ किंवा भेट वस्तू घेऊ नये, सायबर जगातही आपण अनोळखी लोकांशी बोलू नये. ऑनलाईन किंवा इतर सोशल मीडिया वेबसाईटवर खेळ खेळताना अपरिचित लोक आपल्याशी बोलण्याचा प्रयत्न करू शकतात, परंतु काहीही झाले तरी आपण त्यांच्याशी बोलू नये आणि तात्काळ आपल्या पालकांना किंवा वडील माणसांना याबद्दल सांगावे. पुढच्या भागात जाण्यापूर्वी तुमच्यासाठी माझी एक लहानशी प्रश्नावली. आता तुम्हाला माहित आहे की ऑनलाईन वर अनोळखी लोकांशी बोलणे चुकीचे आहे. आता मला तुम्हाला आणखी काही गोष्टी सांगायच्या आहेत, म्हणून लक्ष देऊन ऐका.
Wonderful. So we have one little cyber smart expert with us live. अन्वय, तुला आवडला हा प्रोग्राम? तुला काय वाटतं या प्रोग्राम बद्दल?
सायबर स्मार्ट पोर्टल खूप छान आहे. मला आज कळलं इंटरनेट वापरताना कशाची काळजी घ्यायची. तुम्ही लक्षात ठेवा, इंटरनेटवर अनोळखी माणसांशी बोलू नका. आपले पर्सनल इन्फॉर्मेशन म्हणजे नाव, वय, शाळेचे नाव, शाळेचा पत्ता, फोन नंबर अशी स्वतःबद्दलची माहिती अनोळखी माणसांशी शेअर करू नका. आपल्या स्क्रीनवर येणाऱ्या पॉपअप्सवर क्लिक करू नका. ऑनलाईन गेम्स खेळताना आपल्या मित्रांशी चांगलं बोला. थँक्यू. मी तुमची आभारी आहे WNS केअर्स आणि रिस्पॉन्सिबल नेटिझम. आणि हो, सायबर स्मार्ट व्हा आणि सुरक्षित राहा. थँक्यू.
So sweet. So if a 9-year-old can understand this, I think all of us and all our children will be so happy understanding this. Thank you so much, Anvay, for taking us through this. Closing the entire program, I think we all strongly believe that child online protection and safety is every child's right, but it is every adult's responsibility. Which is why all of us have come together to ensure that our children are safe, and so that we learn from this platform. आप सब cybersmart.wnscaresfoundation.org के वेबसाइट पे जाइए, अपने बच्चों को ये प्रोग्राम दिखाइए. इट इज फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट, इट इज इन मल्टीपल लैंग्वेजेस, और साइबर सेफ्टी के बारे में सीखिए ताकि अपने बच्चे इंटरनेट पे सेफ रह सके और हम उनको और एम्पावर करें टेक्नोलॉजी यूज करने के लिए. थैंक यू सो मच फॉर ज्वाइनिंग इन. May I invite Unmesh Soshi to kindly give away the vote of thanks for everybody, please. Over to you, Unmesh.
धन्यवाद सोनाली. नमस्कार मंडळी. समर्थ रामदासांनी खूप छान सांगितलंय, आपणासी जे जे ठावे ते दुसऱ्याशी सांगावे, शहाणे करून सोडावे सकळ जन. म्हणजे सगळ्यांना शहाणं करून सोडण्याच्या या प्रक्रियेतूनच या सायबर स्मार्ट पोर्टलचं निर्मिती झालेली आहे. सायबर स्मार्ट पोर्टलच्या मदतीने आपण सगळेजण इंटरनेटवरती कसं चांगलं आपल्या मुलांना सुरक्षित ठेवता येईल याच्याबद्दल शिकणार आहोत. आजचा हा सगळा जो समृद्ध करणारा अनुभव आहे तो आपल्यापर्यंत आणण्यासाठी ज्यांनी प्रयत्न केलेत त्या शामिनी मुरगेश, चीफ मेंटॉर WNS केअर्स फाउंडेशन यांचे मी मनापासून आभार मानतो. आजच्या या कार्यक्रमासाठी आपल्या ठिकाणी आलेले हे जे सगळे तज्ज्ञ मंडळी आहेत, डॉक्टर हरीश शेट्टी आहेत, डॉक्टर बालसिंग राजपूत आहेत, डॉक्टर शोभा खंदारे आहेत, रजनीश आहे, या सगळ्यांचे मी खूप मनापासून आभार मानतो. आणि आमच्याकडे ही जी सायबर बडी आलेली आहे, छोटीशी सायबर स्मार्ट मुलगी आलेली आहे अन्वयी, हिचे मी आभार मानतो. त्याच्याबरोबर तिचे पालक तुषार आणि आदिती यांचे सुद्धा मी इथे आभार मानतो. एखादं स्वप्न एखादा द्रष्टा माणूस बघतो आणि ते स्वप्न पूर्ण करण्यासाठी सगळेजण विश्वास ठेवतात आणि खूप जीव टाकून त्याच्याबद्दल काम करत असतात. तसंच हे सगळं स्वप्न आहे, सायबर स्मार्ट पोर्टल तयार व्हावं, देशासाठी ते उपलब्ध व्हावं आणि या सगळ्यासाठी काम करणारी WNS केअर फाउंडेशनची सगळी टीम, रिस्पॉन्सिबल नेटिझमची टीम, विशेष करून आमचा मित्र हेमंत शिंदे ज्यांनी यातले काही व्हिडिओ तयार केलेले आहे, या सगळ्यांचे मी आभार मानतो. आमच्या बरोबर आमचे खंदे पाठीराखे किंवा समर्थक आहेत, सतेज पाटील सर आहेत, दिनकर पाटील सर आहेत, नंतर MSCRT ची सगळी टीम आहे, विशाल सोळंकी सर आहेत, या सगळ्यांचे मी आभार मानतो. आणि हा सगळा जो कार्यक्रम आहे हा तुमच्यापुढे अत्यंत सुंदररित्या एकत्रपणे बांधून आणणारी, जशी आमची संस्था पण जिनी बांधलेली आहे, ती माझी कलिग सोनाली, हिचे देखील मी इथे आभार मानतो. आणि सगळ्यात शेवटी महत्वाचं म्हणजे आपल्या मुलांना इंटरनेटवरती सेफ ठेवलं पाहिजे असं कळकळीने वाटणारे तुमच्यासारखे मुख्याध्यापक, शिक्षक, पालक हजारोंच्या संख्येने आज या कार्यक्रमात सामील झाले. याबद्दल सगळ्यांचे मी आभार मानतो. या कार्यक्रमाचं रेकॉर्डिंग तुम्हाला ईमेलद्वारे मिळणार आहे सगळ्यांना. आणि सगळ्यात महत्वाचं शेवटी जाता जाता, सायबर सुरक्षित महाराष्ट्र करण्यासाठी आपण सगळेजण एकत्र येऊया, सायबर स्मार्ट होऊया, सुरक्षित राहूया. हॅव अ ग्रेट इव्हनिंग. धन्यवाद.